Hey guys, can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me? Hopefully, there's no internet mishap this time. It's been working good all day, so I hope that that's all good. Let me know in the comments whenever you're here. Just let me know whenever you're here. Want to see all your pretty names. Okay, I feel like I'm a little dark. Oh, hello. Now I'm white. It's a lot. All right. Hey, Carrie, Emma, Paige. Hi, guys. I'm so excited to talk about this book tonight. I'm really excited. I think that this was the best one that I've read for a live review since Pleasure Unbound. This is one of my favorites that I've read for a live review. So I'm really excited to talk about it tonight. Can't wait to hear what y'all think about it. I don't know if a lot of y'all fans or not. I definitely read her before, but this was a little bit different and I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. So I can't wait to hear what y'all think about it. I'm going to give everyone a couple minutes to join. I did start the stream early just because I wanted to make sure it was working right. And Juliette is going to join us. Oh my goodness. Juliette's been like under the weather lately. So like I feel like I haven't talked to her in a long time. This will be the first time I like really talked to her in the chats in a while. So I'm excited about that. I have a couple announcements. I don't know if I'm going to do them before I do the review or if I'm going to wait until after we do the review. It doesn't really matter to me. They're not like huge announcements or anything. I'm just really excited about them. I hope y'all are going to be excited about them too. So we'll see. We'll see. Juliette's definitely going to be surprised on one of the things that I have to announce. So I'm very interested to see if she like freaks out because she doesn't know that I have something. But she knows it's coming, but she doesn't know that I have it. I'm excited about it though. Guys, what have y'all been reading lately? I just did my quick reviews, so I had the link where people can tell me what they're reading, and I always jot them down, like the ones that people say that they're enjoying, so that I can add them to my TBR and go check them out. And I've been in a very huge historical kick. I love historical romance. One of my resolutions for 2020 was reading more historical romance, so I've been doing that. And I've run into some really good ones. Have y'all guys read any of Julie Garwood's novels? Because that she's new to me author. I know she's been around. Carrie said that she had been reading for a long time, but she was new to me. And oh my God, The Secret blew me away. I love it. It's probably going to go on the podcast. I want Juliette to read it. She's going to love that book. And oh my God, Paige, that's so true. You told me that you were reading Don't Hex and Drive. Oh, I'm so excited. You loved it. Daraj and Isadora. Oh, look, Juliette's here. Hello, hello. Did you see that Paige finished reading Don't Hex and Drive? I don't know if she told you already, but I'm excited. In case you didn't know, Don't Hex and Drive is Juliette's next Stay a Spell novel that's coming out September 8th. And it's exciting. She's gonna receive back editions, the hard copies soon. I can't wait to see. I want to see Wolf Gone Wild and Don't Hex and Drive like right next to each other. I think. Do I have Wolf Gone Wild? No, I'll put it in my case. I saved it, but I can't wait to see them both together. It's gonna be amazing. I'm so excited. Juliette, so before we start the live review, it is 7 o'clock right now. I am going to give anybody else who wants to join in before we start a little bit of time, but I was talking about The Secret by Julie Garwood. I just finished reading it this weekend. It's amazing. She's a historical romance author that's been around for a while. Carrie was saying how she I'd read her like 20 years ago and was like fangirling about it. Oh my God, it's so good. It's probably going on the podcast. I'm going to definitely be reading the second one soon. I think it's Ransom. I think Ransom's the second one. I think it is. But let's see. Oh, Paige says she can't wait for Nico and Violet's story. That's going to be the third book in the Stay a Spell series. I'm excited about that one too. We had a plot party recently to talk about just the storyline and everything. So that's exciting. I'm so excited. Yes. Oh, Carrie said I should read The Bride and the Gift next. So Ransom's not as good as The Secret. Isn't Ransom the second one? Am I blanking? Did I get that wrong? I do have, I think I have The Bride. I got that one on Overdrive. I had been waiting for that one to be available to check out. So I do have that one, The Bride. But I was going to read Ransom next. But if you think that The Bride and the Gift are better, I'll be reading that. Also, I did do an eBay. I wanted to tell y'all about this, and I can link this to you if Ransom is much later in her series. Interesting. Maybe I was looking at Goodreads wrong. So I ordered, I don't know if you guys have seen on Bookstagram on Instagram, Step Back Saturday. They just post it. Bookstagrammers don't just post historical romance on Saturday, but they mostly it on Saturday. And there has been some amazing throw pictures of the original covers of historical romances that were published in like the 80s and 90s. And I am in love with these covers. I want some. I got this lot, like 20 mix and match historical romance books from an eBay link. It's basically like a small bookstore, and you just tell them like what genre you want. And I said any historical romance other than westerns, and so that should be coming in soon. I'm very, very excited about that. So anyway, okay, we're getting off topic because tonight's topic is Reborn Yesterday by Tessa Bailey. So who here in the chat has read Tessa Bailey before? I've read Tessa Bailey. I think the first book that I read by her was oh no. It was like a spin-off book from her like her cop series. Oh my god, it's not Unloved. What is it? What is it? I can't remember, but I remember that was the first book that I read by her, and I love that one. I did not enjoy Fix Her Up, and I did not read the newest one in that series as well. So, I haven't enjoyed her past few ones that she's put out, but this is her paranormal. I loved it, guys. I really did. What did y'all think about the book in general? What would y'all rate it? Like 4 stars, 5 stars, 3 stars? Did anyone hate the book? I'd really want to know. I do want to know if anyone hated the book. I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't know much about it at all. All I knew is that it had a paranormal element to it. I don't like to read the blurbs about it. So I pretty much went in blind, and I was so excited about it. Paige said she'd only read Fix Her Up before reading Reborn Yesterday. I had gotten an arc of Fix Her Up before it was published, and I liked the heroine of that book, but I didn't like the plot of it. Let's see. Carrie said, I didn't like it at first, but the plot managed to keep me reading. Okay, so I was wondering because I haven't read everything. I'm about to sneeze. I'm so sorry. Sorry. So I haven't read everything by Tessa Bailey, but I think that Tessa Bailey's known for steamier scenes, and I did see after I read it, a couple of the friends that I follow on Goodreads said that this book just didn't have that like steaminess that everyone knows Tessa Bailey for. I'm trying to think. I've read a couple of hers, and she never really like stood out to me as one of like the steamier writers. Curious to know if you read her before, how did this rank? Did you like it more than her other books? Did you think it was a little less steamy? Did you like her writing paranormal? I loved it. I was excited about it. Let's see. Juliette says it was unconventional PNR. I did give it a 4.5 and I loved it. And I'm fucking picky about PNR. it's I tend to love PNR easier. Like I I don't know. I tend to rate P&R higher than I do contemporary. It's like I'm almost more picky about what I rate my contemporary. And, I would rate this because there was a couple things that not irked me or anything. He was fine. Okay, so let's talk about the characters. What do we think about our characters? We have Jenny, who's a heroine, and she is a mortician. Um, she inherited her father's business after he passed away, and she kind of wants to keep his legacy. So I thought that that was really it was very positive and upbeat. One of the things that I didn't super love being picky about it was the fact that she was supposed to be running this funeral home, and I felt like during her shifts, she really wasn't there doing anything, and I guess if you don't get calls, um, if nobody dies, then I guess you're not doing anything anyway, but I don't know, I felt like during her shift, she wasn't doing anything for the funeral home, really. That was one nitpick that I had about it, but, I really did enjoy her character. She was like a sweet character. She was a sweet character, trusting. I also found did anybody else feel like this was like I felt it was a combination of Twilight and, The Haunting of Hill House. I had the vibes from both of those things. I had the Twilight vibes because the vampire, she was like a sweet, kinda meek person, and Jonas, the hero, the vampire, he was very like, nobody wants to be a vampire. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. And when she eventually, towards the end of the novel, wants to be a vampire, he was very like, no, I don't want it. So, like, it reminded me of Edward Cullen not wanting Bella to be a vampire. But also, The Haunting of Hill House, if y'all haven't watched it, but I really love The Haunting of Hill House. And I guess I could get those vibes because one of the siblings was owned a funeral home. So I had that. I had that. Um, let's see. Carrie said she found some of the prose, but over the top, especially in the beginning, and had a hard time relating to Jenny. Gotta stuck with it though because she enjoyed the book. I'm glad. I'm glad. Jenny was a little optimistic. She definitely wasn't one of those heroines that had like some. She really didn't have flaws, except I'd say she was a little bit too trusting. Let's see. Paige said, I feel like I completely connect to the hero and heroine, but I really did enjoy the book. I think you gave it 4.5 or 5. Girl, you are easy on your ratings. If I didn't connect to the hero or heroine, I'd be rating it lower. I would not give it a 4.5 or 5 stars. I think that chemistry with me and the characters definitely takes precedence whenever I start rating books. I'm a little bit hard on my rating though. I feel like I've gotten a little bit more picky on rating as I got older. Um, the more I read, the more I was like, but this doesn't stack up to these books. And so I'm a little bit more picky, but I did really enjoy this one. Juliet says another thing that drew her was the heroine and her love of classic movies. Okay, so this was a little bit. I couldn't relate to that because I hadn't watched any of these movies. I'm a youngin, and I like to watch old movies. I hadn't watched any of the ones that she mentioned though, so I did have a little bit of a hard time getting like the inside kind of jokes whenever people do pop culture references in novels. If you're aware of what reference they're making, it's like, oh yeah, I love that. That was cool. I remember that scene. I remember that line. That's also my favorite line. But for someone who hasn't seen a movie or isn't aware of the actor, actress, or whatever, it's a little bit kind of like, okay, this was mentioned. But she did go on and on about all of that. I couldn't connect with that just because I hadn't watched any of those movies that she mentioned. So, um, the church lady dressmaking aspect, I don't know, it felt out of place. That was very I wish that she had some friends her age that did that because she was talking about, she really liked it what was it called? Ladies with Lace. It was a very long it was a very long name for that club, but I wish that she had, like, some friends her own age, and I guess I don't know, that's why I get, like, the Bella Swan vibe, like, she doesn't have friends her age, she doesn't hang out with anybody, so I got Bella Swan vibes from Jenny. I still enjoyed her character, I just feel like it'd be a little bit more realistic if there was people her age doing the, dressmaking because lots of young people make dresses and crochet. It's not this, thing that only middle-aged women and older do. So, I just thought that that was a little bit weird too. Um, I'd rather she was more immersed in the funeral home. I like that aspect. Me too. I really enjoyed the scene where she was waiting, for one of the, visitation hours, and there was only one lady, his wife, there, and it was like a two-day visitation. The first day, not a lot of people came, and they had the second day, and they waited, and I guess the daughter they never really talked about it. The daughter walked in, and they had a moment, and I was like, "Oh, that's really sweet," and she was talking about, like, "This is why I do this. This is why I do this." I really enjoyed it. I don't know if it, like I was a little bit sentimental. My grandfather did just pass away recently, and so I was just like, "This, like, touches me," like, the way that she just really cared about giving them a good send off and giving the families a place to just celebrate life or do whatever they need to do to say goodbye. And I was just like, I really like that. So I liked her attitude about it. Um, Carrie says, "I absolutely was thinking it had to have been a Twilight fanfic." Guys, how many how many times did I think about Twilight during this book? I was like, "Man, this is Twilight. This is Twilight. This is Twilight." I really did. I don't know if it's because I've been having Twilight on the brain since Midnight Sun's coming out in like what, a week and a half or so, 2 weeks? Midnight Sun is Edward Cullen's point of view. Is anybody reading it? Please let me know in the comments if you're going to be reading Midnight Sun by Stephanie Myers. Is there any original Twilight fans in here? I was definitely one of them. Juliette was too. I'm going to be reading Midnight Sun, and I'm going to be rereading the whole entire Twilight series for the first time in like a very long time. I can't tell you when's the last time I reread Twilight, and that's on the agenda. Also, I'll bring that up again whenever I make my announcement toward the end review. So, I haven't seen Haunting of Hill House, Paige says, but I get the Twilight vibe you felt. The Haunting of Hill House, the only reason why I thought about it was because one of the sisters was a funeral director, and there was a whole entire episode during a wake, a funeral. And so I got those vibes. It was very a little bit morbid, but kind of I don't know, I felt like Jenny had the right personality for that kind of thing. Um, I rewatched The Quiet Man pretty often so I can see. Yeah, see, I haven't seen any of those. Juliet says she enjoyed that part of the grieving passing loved ones. I did too. I thought that that was awesome. I just felt like they really didn't spend too much time about the funeral home. So, let's talk about Jonas. Did anybody how would you place him as a hero? I felt like he was this tortured, brooding soul with like the weight of the world on his shoulders. I think that um I liked him. He wasn't my favorite though. But I still did enjoy I think the reason why I enjoyed the book so much is because I enjoyed the way that they gravitated toward each other, almost like insta love, and I really did like that. I don't know. I just felt like they were so magnetized by each other that I was like, "Oh, okay, so how's this gonna work?" So I was very invested to see how was this gonna work? Is he gonna wipe her mind? Is she gonna be immune to this? I was thinking like Bella Swan, vibes as well, being like she can't her mind can't be wiped. It's gonna be like Bella, that Edward can't read her mind or whatever. That's the direction I thought she was gonna go. But they did have, like, a whole Volturi scene, like, "Guys, it was Twilight fan fiction. Was this Twilight fan fiction? Was this did I rate this high because it felt nostalgic? Possibly, possibly." Um, let's see. Carrie, I read the first chapters of Midnight Sun that were posted on Stephanie Meyer's website after the whole leaked manuscript years ago. I did too. See, she printed them out and still have a copy somewhere. Well, I think she shared them. So from what I believe happened with the whole Stephanie Meyer thing was they got leaked and she or like a couple chapters got leaked and she basically posted what she had or whatever and she was like, I'm not writing anymore. So I read those too. I think printed them out as well because I wanted to compare it to like Twilight, like page by page and see like what happened. Um Melina. Hey Melina. Let's see, I thought the first meeting was well done. I haven't read it in a while, but I remember liking him. I did really like the first meeting as well. We didn't really talk about how they met. So his friends pulled a prank on him, and while he was sleeping in his deep sleep, because they don't need to sleep every single night. They sleep like what, once a week? And while he was in his deep sleep, they dropped him off at the morgue, and she was about to prepare the body. I think it was so funny because she was a little bit she was a little bit naive whenever he popped up and was alive. She had just felt his pulse, and there was no pulse like 2 seconds ago. And I was like, "Girl, are you not wondering about this?" And she was just talking about how hot he was. And, also the whole dreamboat thing, I didn't totally love that. Her nickname for him was Dreamboat. I didn't, like, super, super love that. But yeah. Their first meeting was cool. Let's talk about Roxana. Is it Roxana? Roxana? She's Russian, huh? I can't do a Russian accent, so I'm not gonna be able to pronounce that right. But I really liked her character. I definitely am intrigued between what's going on with her and Elias, I think is his name. And I'm just very intrigued. He's the scarred one. Okay, so I'm very intrigued about what happened to him. I wanna know how he got the scar. I wanna know if he and Roxana have, like, a history. Were they together? What's going on? Is this book gonna be set in Russia? Like, what is gonna happen? Juliette says she hates Dreamboat. And yes, Roxana is the heroine for book 2. When is that coming out? I feel like that's has to be coming out soon, right? Reborn Yesterday came out last year. I feel like the second one is gonna be coming out soon. At least that's what I feel. I'm guessing. I don't even know when the second book's gonna come out at all. But, I wanna read it. I'm gonna read it. 100% need to know. Paige says she loves Roxana and Elias. Loved him more than Jenny and Jonas too. You read an arc for it, Melina. Oh my god. Okay, without any spoilers, Melina, did you like book 2? Because I really want to know. Is it good? Is it something I need to read whenever it comes out, or can I like wait for it a little bit? I don't know. I'm excited. I don't know if I'm very intrigued about the world in general. I didn't really care about the whole Volturi aspect of it. Those, what are they called? Not the elders. What do they call the ancients? I forget what they're called. I wasn't really I didn't care about that aspect of it. Is it so weird that I didn't care about a lot of aspects of this book, but I still enjoyed it? Is that weird to say? I feel like it is a little bit, but I don't know. Um, the High Order. Okay, Juliet read it like yesterday. I read it a couple days ago. I thought it was gonna take me a while to read it, and I zoomed past it. And then I read like 4 other books after it, so a little bit hazy on the exact names. Okay, so Melina says she did like it. Definitely furthers the overarching story, but there is a lot of angst between them. Oh no. I don't know. Angst. Angst is not my friend. If done right, I love it because I'd say that the Grip series is pretty angsty, but it's one of my favorite series of all time. I recently read a very angsty book, A Love Letter to Whiskey, which I did not enjoy at all. That was not my type of angst. So I don't know. It's very, very just if I'm in the mood for it and if it hits right for me, I'm like, yes, I want it. And if it doesn't, I'm like, I hate it. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm interested to see what's going to go on. I'm still going to read it. Um, Juliet says she completely imagined the Volturi room in Italy when they went down. Exactly. It felt like that, didn't it? It did. It did. It felt like that. Ooh, I don't know. Twilight fanfic. That's definitely, I would categorize this as Twilight fanfic. Might have to mention that whenever I review all the old Twilights. See, it has a foothold still. So, Paige says it definitely gets into why Melina says it definitely gets into why she keeps saying she's going to kill them, what her issue is with them. Ooh, I feel like something bad happened in her past then. Don't tell me though. Don't tell me. Now I'm speculating. I'm speculating about what could have possibly happened between Roxana and Elias. I'm wondering if she was around whenever he got scarred. Or can you not get scarred when you're a vampire? Scarring only happens before you become a vampire? Interesting. Don't know. Paige says, I'm not a big a fan of inks, but I'm going to read this time around. Is that what the second book is called? This time around? Sounds like it would be the title of it, Reborn Yesterday, this time around. Oh my God. We didn't even talk about one of the, not the biggest things, because it wasn't a big thing. Okay. So we have to talk about this. How do you guys feel about a reincarnation trope? Because it is not my favorite thing at all. I actually really hate in paranormal romance whenever there's a reincarnation trope. I do not like whenever one of the love interests is like the reincarnated soul of their past wife that died hundreds of years ago or whatever. Um, one Juliette's definitely going to say something about this, but one of my least favorite ones is actually a Nalini Singh book. I love Nalini Singh to death. I hated Dimitri's book in the Archangel series, the Guild series. I did not like it. I don't like reincarnation tropes at all. I let it slide for this book though because I didn't feel like Jonas talked about his first love, and the whole point was that he really didn't even know his first mate at all. Like they saw each other by chance, but they never really talked. So I feel like it was okay because he didn't have this like huge attachment to this woman that he spent years with or a lot of time with. So I felt it was okay. But I still don't love that she was the reincarnated soul of his one true mate. I kind of feel like it not negates, but it kind of diminishes people who have lost loved ones, like, oh, you'll never find another love like that. I don't know. I have a friend, and she her husband actually died a month after they got married, about 2.5 years ago, and it's just like, I don't know, I that feels kind of morbid and sad, saying like there's only one person for somebody and you'll never experience another love like that. So I don't know, that's why I don't like reincarnation things. I just think it's like, I feel like you should be able to find happiness with somebody, and it might not be the same love, but it could still be a deep, crazy, head over heels, like you're my soulmate too type of love. Um, I don't think I've really read this trope because I don't read much PNR. Melina, well, yeah, Juliet does not like Dimitri and Hero. I haven't read a ton of reincarnation tropes, but whenever it does happen, I'm immediately turned off by it. It's just a thing. I don't like it. Paige says she did like the reincarnation trope. It added to the mystery of it all, and I love a mystery plot. I liked the kind of, there was a prophecy and it was the whole mate thing and she was killed before. I think it all worked out well because he didn't have a huge attachment to his first mate, which was her, whatever her name was, in the first timeline that she was born in the 50s or whatever. Maybe is that why she liked old movies? It's because she was an old soul. But Juliet says it wasn't that bad. I realize what the dreams were. Not liking it at all totally diminishes the present day romance. Carrie agrees. Melina says there is one book that just came out and I'm interested in, where he texts the phone number his wife had before she died, and I think he meets and falls in love with the person who has it. What is that? What is that? Melina, tell me what this book is. I need to put it on my TBR because that sounds awesome. I also, this is not a reincarnation trope at all, but it is finding, I guess, love after. I think it's a Lorraine Heath book. I saw Tally Hibbert post on Twitter today asking about historical romance where she's a widow and she's pregnant and she's living with her recently passed husband's best friend. And some people were thinking it was a Lorraine Heath novel, and I want to read that book. So I have that on my TBR. I'm definitely gonna be reading that one soon since I'm in my historical kick. But I do want to know what this contemporary is, Melina. So if you can find that title for me, I would appreciate you dropping it in the comments. So yeah, I mean, there wasn't like a whole lot plot-wise to this book. I did think that the pacing was good. I would say overall pacing was fine. I was interested the whole time. I was never not interested in it at all. I thought it was pretty steamy, except for Jonas was a little bit antiquated in his dirty talk. It was hard to get into it because I don't know, he sounded like an old person. Like his words just sounded just like anachronistic. It was very weird. I didn't like it. But I thought that they still had good chemistry, like good for them. Like I felt like it fit their character. She was all like old timey movies, and seemed a little stuck in the past, which I thought was very interesting. Because I mean, he lives in present day. He interacts with people every single day who return vampires. So I don't know why his words were so old sounding. Man Down, interesting. A new hockey romance from Kate Meter. I've seen Kate Meter's name before. I've never read anything by her before. Um, but I'm gonna have to see what that's about. I'm excited. So Carrie says she thought the threat of Jenny waking up in a situation where she's about to die was very exciting and could have done without more of that kind of with more of that kind of suspense. Me too. My heart was pounding whenever she woke up on like the freeway. Like that was insane. I like was like, what is going on? Is she sleepwalking? Does she? I at first thought maybe she had like some sort of secret supernatural ability. I don't know. I went in completely blind. I had no idea. But what's up with the stepmom? So she's just an immortal. Did they say what she was? Because the only thing I remember saying, the Volturi knockoff said that she was an immortal. And what is she, like a seer, a priestess, a what? What was she? Is she gonna pop back up? Do you think she's gonna pop back up? I don't know. I don't know if I like her or not. Like I feel like she kind of helped them in the end, but I don't know. She seemed like she could be a good bad guy in the future. Like a morally gray character, but ends up bad. I would like that. Emma says this was one of my first supernatural, so it felt like a good starter. That's awesome. I do feel like this was pretty light on the paranormal aspects. It was a pretty get your feet a little bit wet paranormal. There wasn't a ton of world building. It was very easy to follow, which is kind of how I felt about Twilight. Like that was one of my first paranormal experiences, and yeah, it's very easy to follow. There's not a lot of world building, not a lot of um factions to understand or rules. It was basically you stuck with Jonas and Elias. And what's the other guy's name? Trevor? Starts with a T. Trey? Someone with a T. Bad with names. In real life, I'm bad with names too, by the way, not just in books. Okay, seer. She was a seer. I thought she might have had powers too. I think she was a seer, some sort of psychic. I like how different the three guys were. Me too. Okay, so why can't I remember this guy's name? Is his name Trevor? Is his name Travis? What is his name? He was really fun. I loved the night where she tricked him and she made him unlock the door and he gave her like beer and they were just hanging out. And he just like, I loved how he pushed Jonas's buttons. I can't wait for his book. His is gonna be fun. I feel like he's a fun character, but I can't remember his damn name. um, Tucker. Oh my god, I knew it was something with a T. Too many T names, but I like Tucker. I'm into his book. I'm into his character. So hopefully his will be the third one. I wonder if it's just gonna be then three, and then that'll be it for her PNR series, her toe dip into PNR. Everyone's loving Tucker, right? I feel like nobody didn't like Tucker. Melina says, I think that will keep the other books interesting so they don't feel like carbon copies of each other. Hey, that is one of my pet peeves is like kind of copycat. We have alpha hero every single book. I like it. I'd rather have different characters and maybe I didn't connect with this one so much. But then the next one, we get a totally different trope. We get totally different characterizations and we get a different type of love story. I really prefer that. That's definitely Tucker was Emmett character and Elias was the Jasper character. Oh my God, Carrie, we're just proving that this was Twilight fanfic. Are we not? Are we not? This is 100% Twilight. I loved it. I loved it. Well, I like kind of making the connections to Twilight. Um, so yeah, I hope Tucker's book keeps the humor aspect, because that was one of my favorite parts about Tucker was the lightness that he brought to the whole world. He just seemed very happy-go-lucky. I hope he doesn't turn into, like, the secretly broody guy. You know, like, the guys who, like, use humor to, like, mask their pain? I hope he doesn't turn into one of those. I hope that he's someone just lighthearted in general, so that would be fun. Carrie, so that would make Roxana the Alice character, right? I feel like Roxana kinda has that, the Rosalie vibe, the I was wronged in my human life, and I don't know, Roxana seems to be like she has some baggage, so I don't know. You need to read book 2. I will read book 2. I really will. I really will. So I'm hoping that Tucker makes some appearances in book 2. I would love that. That would definitely keep me going. If it's an overly angsty book, having Tucker there would definitely even that all out for me, and I'd totally stay on. They introduce a little bit about what Tucker's book will be, and I can't wait. Oh, Roxana definitely has baggage. Well, yeah, we kind of figured that. We kind of figured that. So, guys, this book was really fun, enjoyable. I liked it. This is one of the better Tessa Bailey books that I've read. I haven't read all of her books. There is a series that's very popular with her. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. I can't remember what they're called though. I might have to go check those out as well. I feel like she has totally different vibes for every series that I've read by her. The first book that I read by her, it's called Unfixable, I think. And it's a spinoff from book 1 in her cop series. I don't know what her cop series is called. I'm gonna have to go look it up. But I feel like she has different vibes in every single series that I read by her. So I read the cop series, I read Unfixable, I read Fix Her Up, and this one, and I feel like they're totally different. I really like that though, because I like a versatile author who can do a lot of different things. Emma, she's really nervous about Elias and Roxana's book, but I already bought it in Def Hope to. Wait, is it out yet? Is book 2 out? Am I just like, is this out? I didn't see anything. Maybe I don't see too much of Tessa Bailey in my newsfeed anymore, but I didn't see that book 2 is out. Oh my God. Go and look it up, because now I gotta know. Oh, the cover's so pretty. I love these covers, by the way. I thought they were really cool. Okay, it's totally out. I'm gonna go read book 2, definitely. I have to figure out what happens with Roxana. Now I'm intrigued. So, I'm excited. Guys, y'all ready for a couple announcements before we sign off? So, I am starting a YouTube channel. Technically, the podcast has a YouTube channel. Whenever we started the podcast, I automatically opened a YouTube channel. I used to put the audio on YouTube. I stopped doing that because it kind of seemed pointless, because you would stare at just a picture the whole time. We don't record each other. We didn't record us whenever we did the podcast. Like visually, we didn't have that on video. So I thought it was pointless. I never did anything with it, but I really enjoy doing these live videos, and I thought that I could do more of the types of quick reviews and TBRs and kind of more mini-sode-ish episodes as well on a YouTube channel. So I'll be doing that pretty soon. I'm gonna try to get a video out next week. We'll see how editing goes. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, so we'll see how that goes. I also have another announcement. If you are a soulmate patron or a ride or die patron, there's going to be some swag coming your way. Juliette, I got a pin in. I got them in. Okay, so late last year, I contacted Jamila, who is our artist who did our logo. She's talented. She's amazing. If you don't follow her, her Instagram handle is Jamila Mejio, M-E, amazing. late last year, asked her to do some pin designs, some enamel pin designs. We talked about it in our first round whenever I designed the bookmark and the stickers that we have, and she was very interested in making enamel pins with me. She'd never done them before, so I asked her to make some at the end of last year. I got all the designs at the beginning of this year, and then COVID hit, and I was like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should start making them. I haven't made them before. Anyway, long story short, I decided to make one pin to see how that went. They came in already. It was very fast. They shipped like not too long ago, and I have one right here. Let's see if it shows up on the camera. Can we focus, camera? Focus. I'm gonna post a picture on Patreon. As HEA all day. It's like the sticker that different color scheme. It's black and gold enamel with some pink hearts, some purple stars, and Jamila also designed these backing cards as well. Man, it's really hard to get these. Maybe that's better. I really wanted a close. Anyway, $15 Patreon guys, y'all will be getting this in the mail soon when I send out the fall book of the months, when I'll ship all those out together. So I'm super excited about it. I have 5 other pin designs to do. I'm going to do a Kickstarter for it, which if you've never heard of Kickstarter before, it's basically kind of like a pre-funding thing where you gain the interest and people back your project, and you'll get it at a discount if you do the Kickstarter. Anybody who makes a pledge on Kickstarter, you'll get it at a discount because I will be selling these on an Etsy store just for anybody to buy. So I'm going to be opening that soon. The bookmarks, the stickers, this will be available on the Etsy store. And then once I make all 5 pins, those will all be on the Etsy store. And I hope to make some more pins with Jamila. I mean, these came out so well. I'm very excited. Oh, we have 2 backing cards. I forgot. Oh no, I dropped one. So I have, sorry guys. I have both the backing cards. Look how cute. I love them. Anyway, I'm really excited about all of this. I'll talk more about the Kickstarter, the enamel pins on my YouTube channel. It's going to be Jess Reads Romance. It's already up. Jessen Reads Romance. It's already up. You can go look for me and subscribe if you want to. Right now, there's the only thing that's on there is the old whenever I did the podcast audio on there. I think the last episode I did was episode 16 or 18 or something like that. So very long time ago. I'm so excited, guys. I hope that y'all enjoyed today's episode. I will be link on Patreon for everybody to suggest what book you want me to read in August for the live review. The poll's going to open on Monday and it'll close the next day at 9 p.m. So the suggestions y'all will make on Friday and the poll will open on Monday. I think I said that wrong. Suggestions going to go up on Friday. The post where you suggest the book. The poll's going to open on Monday and then it'll close on Tuesday. I'm really excited because this is really good. So I hope you'll have some good suggestions for me. I love historical. I'm just throwing that out there. I've been loving historicals. So let me know on Friday what you would like me to read. And I hope y'all guys have a wonderful day. I will see y'all later on the YouTube channel. Maybe I'll see y'all there soon. Bye, guys. Bye.